Hey there guys, what's going on? Today we are back with another top 10 list in Modern Warfare in which we are taking a look at the very best guns in this game with patch 1.12, which came out about a week ago or so. There are loads of great guns in this game, so getting this list down to a top 10 was actually pretty difficult, but I feel like I've done not too badly here. This is of course my personal opinion. If you just do disagree, that is absolutely fine. Let me know what you think the best guns are in the comment section below. I'm not going to cover much of a class setup for each of these weapons unless there is something specific that makes it actually super powerful, like weapon ammo conversions or other specific attachments. Let's try and get this video to like 6 or so likes. I've been feeling so grateful for the support recently. Like the amount of subscribers we've got in the last few weeks, last little month or so, has been absolutely insane. So thank you very much to anyone who has watched or even glanced at one of my videos, so make sure you do hit that subscribe button with the notifications turned on if you are new around here and you don't want to miss another one of my videos. Let's start with number 10 on our list. So, getting to number 10 on our list, the Holga 26 is an LMG recently added in the Season 1 Battle Pass. It has decent damage and a consistent rate of fire with not too much recoil. There's a little bit sometimes, but it's usually not too bad. In its LMG form, it handles very slowly due to it being it's an LMG, so that's pretty standard. Its large 100 round magazine size makes it move around rather slowly. However, we can make this one of the stronger assault rifles in this game with the 30 round magazine attachment, which increases your movement speed and aim down sight speed. It's just, like I said, a gun with LMG damage and recoil control with assault rifle handling is pretty scary in any Call of Duty game, and specifically this one because it's just very powerful. Like, the Holga 26 is probably one of my favourite guns in the game at the moment. It feels great to use in its assault rifle form rather than the LMG form. I mean, the LMG form's still pretty fun too. You do get a lot of bullets to spray down range, but this weapon does feel completely different with the 30 round magazine equipped. You almost forget that you're playing with an LMG sometimes. One of the major benefits of this lies in your challenges. If you do need to complete LMG challenges, this actually still counts regardless of which mode you have it in. So if you do want to do challenges with an LMG, so you got to get 50 kills or whatever, and you don't want to run around and be all slow and stuff like that, you can use this with the 30 round mags and you just complete your challenges way easier. It's actually an awesome gun if you've not tried it before, so do give it a chance. So, number 9 on our list. The P90 is a fairly strong SMG and in most other games would likely be considered probably one of the best ones. Now, with some of the other guns at the top of this list you're probably going to be expecting, this isn't really the case. But the P90 is still a very good weapon in Modern Warfare. This game, it features a high fire rate, low recoil, and pretty large magazine. I think it's 50 bullets, so you can do some serious work with it. There isn't a specific attachment that makes the P90 stand out for me. Rather, it's a combination of attachments that make the gun perform very well. Like, there are just some attachments that you can put on this that make it just perform the exact way you want it to. Reduce the recoil, increase the damage range, stuff like that, increase the aim down sight speed, all the good things that you want for most of your attachments. This is basically your classic Call of Duty SMG, fast handling, lowish damage with basically no recoil. If you're looking for an SMG that is solid but not over the top broken like some of the other guns in this list, this could be the gun for you. Some people definitely feel bad towards using the guns that are using like top 40, like 50-60% of people are running around with those guns all the time, so that can seem a bit boring to people. So if you're looking for something that's a little bit more of a challenge to use the busted guns in this game, you can probably get away with using the P90. It is very enjoyable and it is a very good SMG in this game. Number 8 is the Kilo 141. This is the first assault rifle you do unlock in this game, but that doesn't mean you should count it out. It can definitely compete with the best guns and the best weapons in this game with good damage, very little recoil, and decent handling. With various attachment setups, you can actually choose to run the Kilo 141 in a variety of different ways. You can be more aggressive by choosing no stock and sprinting around maps like Shoot House, like you've got an SMG, or you can be a bit more conservative with attachments that increase your effectiveness at range. This is a super strong weapon in this game, and it's a shame that it's fairly overlooked by most people due to there being better options in the SMG and assault rifle categories. Plus, it's one of the first weapons you unlock in the game, so people are always like, no, I don't think I'll use that one. I think I'll use something I unlock later, because it's probably better. So, this is still a solid weapon, if a little bit unspectacular. This will definitely do a job for you if you do choose this for your loadout, though. Number 7 on our list is one of my favourite shotguns in the game at the moment, is the R9. This is probably the best shotgun in the game, as I just said, so if you're looking for to be aggressive on those close range maps like Shoot House and Hackney Yard, this will definitely be your best option in my opinion. Sure, you can still get away with using the 725, but that's boring and can be somewhat unreliable at certain ranges now. The R9 does have amazing damage up close. It can struggle a little bit at range, like that should be a given with a shotgun rather than just like sniping people from across the map with others. It also can be one of the more interesting guns in the game, having a unique firing style in which you fire 2 shots, recock the gun, and then fire 2 more. It does create an interesting gameplay loop, which you can do some serious work with. Again, I definitely feel bad when I'm using the 725. It just always feels really bad to kill someone with it, and it always feels really bad to kill or get killed by it. So the R9 is where that sort of difference comes in for me. Like, I think it's actually a little bit more fun to use. It's still fairly busted in this game. Like, the way, the rate of fire that you can fire these shots, like, you just mow down people. So it's a super strong aggressive option if you are a shotgun player. Number 6 on our list goes to the AK-47. We are getting fairly high up on the list, so it's starting to come down to a little bit of like small differences that's separating the best guns. Like, some people would probably have this at number 2 or the 1 slot instead of 6, but that's just how these things go. Like, in my opinion, this is probably around the 6th best gun in the game, if not maybe a little bit higher. To me, the AK-47 is a high damaging assault rifle that does great damage at medium to longer ranges, but it can struggle to be super effective at those longer ranges due to its rather inconsistent recoil pattern. Without the right attachments, it can be very hard to control, and even with a full unlock list, it can still be a little bit of a chore to control it sometimes. But the AK-47 still is a very strong weapon in this game, and you shouldn't really go past it if you're looking for an assault rifle that can be either hyper aggressive, or if you want to play it a bit slower, you can do that too. The best part of the AK-47 are the attachment options, which are like, you can do this thing in any, like, literally any different way that you want to do it. Like, you can use this thing, in my opinion, in 3 different styles that cover the assault rifle, SMG, and LMG categories. I really do like the AK, but I feel like there are better weapons in the game at the moment. So, number 5 on our list is the AUG SMG. The AUG is a very powerful SMG that can be converted to a kind of a hybrid assault rifle, hybrid SMG with the 5.56 ammo conversion. This is actually a real game changer attachment for the AUG. Like, it does good damage and has a good fire rate already, but like the limited recoil also probably helps a little bit there, and you're always going to put in work with the AUG. But I love that you can basically have an assault rifle with SMG handling. Like, as I was saying, with the 5.56, the weapon conversion, basically it turns it into an absolutely godly gun in this game. Obviously top 5 in my opinion. But yeah, this gun is a serious powerhouse in this game. If you've not tried it with the 5.56 ammo conversion, you are definitely missing out. It was buffed in one of the recent patches before the Season 1 update, and it hasn't really been changed since. So you should probably give it a try because it is super strong at the moment. Plus, the gun has super clean iron sights, so you don't really have to run an optic, which saves you that attachment slot. It is super strong, and if you're looking for a weapon that can compete at pretty much any different range with good damage, minimal recoil, and SMG handling speeds, the AUG might just be the gun for you. Number 4 on our list is another DLC weapon, which is the Ram 7. The Ram 7 is a newly added assault rifle within the Season 1 Battle Pass. Unlocked at, I think it's about rank 31, so it does take a little bit of grinding to unlock, but it is definitely worth the effort in my opinion. The Ram 7 would have probably been tied for the best assault rifle in Modern Warfare for me if I didn't discover that ammo conversion for a certain other gun on this list. I didn't discover that exists until very recently. The Ram Ranch 7 is an outstanding fire rate weapon that does instantly make it one of the best guns in the game for me. I'm typically a bit of an SMG man, so when I do see an assault rifle that does a dumb fast fire rate, I'm pretty much in straight away. The gun can struggle with recoil at times, but the gun does shoot so quickly that most people are dead before the gun has a chance to kick in a negative way. Plus, the various attachments make it a lot easier to control, more so than the AK-47 in my opinion. That is why I do prefer it, and it is higher up on my list. I love running the Ram 7 with the extended mags and sleight of hand, which is, I know, an unusual combination, but I feel like it really works with the Ram 7. This is probably one of my favourite guns this year, and I can't wait to see what other classic weapons they introduce in the upcoming seasons. Like, I just want to get a UMP-45, I want like an ACR, I just want all these guns, I want a Model 1887, I want all these good guns in this game, let's go. Number 3 on our list is the MP7. These next 3 for me could probably be in any order, and depending on the day I do make this list, probably could have been in a different order loads of times, but the MP7 is one of my favourite weapons in Call of Duty history. Classically from Modern Warfare 3 and previous games, the MP7 has always held a special place in my heart with a dominatingly overpowered fire rate and limited recoil. The MP7 in Modern Warfare performs very similarly to that of the MP7 in Modern Warfare 3, and I love it. Like, that's perfect for me. There aren't, in my opinion, any specific attachments that do make this thing super great, but rather attachments that build on what already exists in the weapon. So the gun has a wild fire rate already, decent damage, and no recoil, would make this the top of the list in many other games. I just love the way that it looks, plays, and it just kills people in a very satisfying way. Like, some of the attachments that you can add to this just make it so great. Like, in particular, I think the tac laser just means, like, by combination of all the aim down sight attachments, but especially the one with the tac laser, just makes it so great. You get those iron sights up so quickly. It's so aggressive. You just sprint around like Shoot House or whatever. Rip Shoot House 24/7, by the way. Like, this gun just is outstanding in so many different ways. It's very satisfying to run around on pretty much any map, being probably the most aggressive person on the field. This is one of the best guns in the game for sure for me. Number 2 on our list is the MP5, and this is probably the current choice on most people's lists as the best SMG in Modern Warfare. I probably prefer the MP7, but at the end of the day, it is probably a bit of a toss-up. Like, it's hard to go past either of them sometimes, so again, making this list on different days, I'd probably say different things in a different order, but this is probably the number 2 gun on this list at the moment. The MP5 has strong damage, good range, and middling recoil. It's not too super strong, like it's not very obnoxious. Middling is probably not the right word for it. But as you might know, the MP5 is an absolute beast because of the 10mm ammo conversion. It increases the damage and range while sacrificing a little bit of recoil control, which you really don't have to worry about too much, and a bit of fire rate. This just takes the MP5, which at base level it's pretty standard SMG, it's not too great, probably middle of the road, and turns it into an absolute monster at close to medium ranges. You just hit so hard with each bullet that people know when they've been MP5'd in this game. Like, you'll be running around and you'll die and you'll be like, I know what gun I got killed by. You don't even have to check the kill feed, I know what happened. Various other attachments let you control the recoil a little bit better, but you do lose out on some mobility as a result. So I feel like if you're aggressive and running between buildings or other cover like that, doing some SMG related things, you can probably be incredibly effective regardless of the range you're fighting at. The MP5 is without a doubt one of the strongest guns in this game and is probably number 1 in a lot of people's eyes. But personally for me, number 1 on this list on this specific day that I'm recording it, because like I said, this list could change all the time. The best gun in Modern Warfare at the moment is the M4A1. Now everyone knows that the M4A1 is a bit of a monster, strong damage, excellent range, and middling is probably the right word for recoil here. Not a laser, but not super hard to control. This is one of the best weapons in the game for me, but what makes it even more insane is the 9mm para round magazine conversion. This takes a very, very strong weapon in this game and turns it into like the god gun, like Dom gun. The fire rate goes up, the recoil comes down. This is at the cost of like a tiny little bit of damage, but you do hardly notice it at all. I'm pretty sure it's still a 3 to 4 shot kill, so you basically get increased fire rate for free, almost. It is insane how strong this is. I wish I'd seen it like way, way earlier. Like I've got like maybe 3 or 4 days played in this, and I saw it like a week ago. I'm like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen in this game. So in my opinion, you don't really actually lose too much of a great deal by equipping the 9mm para round, so you might as well just do it regardless of what you're doing. Like, this is my favorite gun in the game at the moment, favorite class setup and everything. Like, this is probably the best thing in this game at the moment. Like, it's in my favorite class setup, it's my favorite attachment, my favorite gun, so much good stuff at pretty much any range. Like, it is also nuts up close, strong at medium range, and it does a pretty good job at long range too. This is by far and away the best gun in the game at the moment, and it's not even close for me. Anyway guys, this is our top 10 list of the best guns in Modern Warfare. If you're looking for a more detailed setups for each of these guns that I've got in this video, there are videos for them on my channel already, and if there's not, there will be soon. Go check them out. If you did enjoy this one and it did help you out at all, make sure you do leave a like and do subscribe if you are new around here. I would very much appreciate it, and it would very much help me out. Thank you very much for watching. Bye!